Hi guys, welcome to Clockwork Noodles. We are back with your weekly Aquatope review session. I love this animated pieces. It's such a unique gem that not many people are watching. So the guys who do tune in, thank you guys so much for doing so, but I'm also very glad that there's other people out there who are watching this anime too. Before we get going, make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss out. My midway review is finally up. This video, I tell you guys what my top 3 OPs, EDs of the season are, and current standings for where my top 3 anime of this period this season. It's been a very interesting season, so it was a very difficult list to compose, but we did it. We finally got there. I am also starting work on my wrap up slowly, not really the ranking, but starting to look at next season as a general what's going to happen next season on this channel. There is a lot coming out and I don't think there's enough days and my schedule's going to chunk up too quickly. I'm really having to think about what ones I want to do, which ones I really want to bring to you guys to break down. Lots of things going on the channel. There is a Discord channel too for you to get notified. I'm also lurking around there, so if you ever want to message me, probably get a quicker response than on here. That would be the place to do it. Let's begin. We've now got our ticking time bomb. Our deadline is starting to approach and Cuckoo sadly reads it within the newspapers. The aquarium is due to close by August. This is important because the anime is starting to give us a date. The anime is giving us a deadline, something to panic about, creating tension within the anime. A bit of, are we going to be able to do this? What can we do? Is it too late? Can we change anything? I did think it's kind of sad though. Did her grandfather actually talk to her personally before she ended up finding out secondhand from a newspaper, which seems a little bit harsh? I do hope that he did actually speak to her, but it's just the reaction when she sees it in print that maybe makes me think that maybe he didn't. But 3 cheers for Fuka this week, starting off the thinking outside the box as we start to think of some ideas of how can we save a small business or a business like this in general, which I think this episode is quite relatable to the period that we're in the world right now of things opening up and many small businesses that are struggling or have struggled throughout this past few years when it's been really difficult. It's a very unique episode that I think really relates. And as well, with it being a summer episode of all these summer ideas and these ice creams and these sweets, it's perfect because this is a summer anime. So I think they couldn't have picked a better season for this anime to come out. Does seem like Fuka is a bit more relaxed this episode, a bit more taking a back seat. It's mainly a Udon and Cuckoo episode, which is quite nice. Some more of my favourite beauty shots where we've got the moonlight on the beach, the rock in the middle. Absolutely fantastic, really beautiful shots. One of the big reasons why I'm liking this anime is just those inclusions of those quiet patches, those quiet moments, just people walking outside on the beach, just walking past the swing, not doing anything. Or even, I think if you've seen my midway review, lots of just the swing just gently moving back and forth, the ocean rolling in. With this being a slice of life, not a lot has to happen really fast and it creates a relaxing, calming effect. This is definitely the episode after my heart though, because we start to discuss things like sweets and food, which is kind of related to an anime coming out next season that is after my own heart because the second season's coming out. I am also a big lover of anime that do food, proper food like The Bartender, things like that. Hidden gems in their own rights. I have to say the artwork for the parfait is absolutely gorgeous, even the drawing itself looking yummy. Really getting us all into that summer mood. Maybe it's summer where you are. We had summer, we had a heat wave, as a few of you may have known. It got stormy and now it's back into a heat wave again, so perfect timing over here as well. But it is a great episode because this week we are focusing in on Cuckoo and Udonchan, mainly Udonchan because she's another side character who we're actually being able to draw into the main plot now and see her character as a whole and the skills that she brings to the table. And she is one hell of a creative busybody and I love it. I love the fact as well we get to see her personality as a whole of her eating ice cream and making notes. She's eating the ice cream for a more analytical point of view. She's analytical. She enjoys breaking things down, trying to understand why something works, why something doesn't work. And I like this about her. She's a very, very cool character and I'm happy that we get to have an episode with her. The tease again with the gorgeous landscape shots, absolutely gorgeous. Big thing for this anime is just it looks beautiful. I think we can even agree, even if you're not so keen on the anime, it's an anime that looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous. There's a lot of very detailed moments, just seeing the flowers or just seeing the light. Everything looks really, really pretty. let's move on to the latter half of the episode, which is the idea of how the internet can help a small business, which is where I say this episode is more relevant than anything to today's businesses. And a lot of people are finding help, hopefully, via online. The camera has been in shot for the whole sequence. It was there at episode 1 with her looking at the paper. So I love the fact that they were teasing where we were going just by having the camera just in shot. The internet can be a great way or a really bad way, depending on how you use it, to raise awareness. You can have fundraisers. You can really build up hype with the idea, as we see later on, with the idea of Penstagram, which is Instagram. You can really build a following like this as well. It's why a lot of small businesses do things like, post a picture of you online and you might win a discount or something. It's using the audience of online sites and platforms to reach a bigger audience. Guess what I'm doing with YouTube? But YouTube's algorithm is horrible and lately it's not helping me at all. It can be a negative or a positive. First new hurdle we are raised with is the idea of food, health and safety permits. Something I was wondering if they would have to face, because you definitely couldn't do that in the UK. You would have to get a permit, or you'd have to have at least something in food safety management of any sorts, because food is very important. It's the thing that you are given to somebody else to put inside their body. So if it's out, you can really make that person poorly. The unsung hero of today's episode is Udon's mother, a fantastic character. We saw her last week as well. Is our fantastic tarot reader from the start. She's actually the one she's able to steer them into a good direction, going, why don't you check out shaved ice instead? You still need a permit, but you are more likely to get a permit for shaved ice because you are less likely to get someone sick from water and sugar. There's also the character who ends up poking Udon to try and be a bit more creative and think outside the box. She needs to be more unique. There's also this ongoing thread about the mango pork, which is very, very important because that is Udon's way of trying something different. And obviously with her mother initially saying she won't take it, she'll only have the normal pork. And then her at the end doing 180 and actually trying it is a very nice little way of incorporating a thread throughout an episode. We get more beautiful light imagery with the light bouncing off the waves and the ocean. And you get the feeling that it's early morning. It's definitely early morning. It's still quite dark in one half of the picture. It's a very contrasty image, but it gives you the vibe of this is the morning. It's probably feeling a little bit nippy because it's still the morning, but it's really, really nice. You can tell it's going to be a hot day as well. And we also get to see our deity once more, which starts to roll into the next section I want to talk about. So there's a lot of different things going on in today's episode. And the next one I really want to talk about is the fact that this anime does have a unique twist in the storytelling of having that paranormal and supernatural element as well that many other animes don't have, or the fact that they sometimes overuse it or they don't use it enough. This anime has it in a way that it's subtle. It doesn't happen very often. You keep being reminded that there is this other unworldly supernatural element to it with the offering of a fish head to the shrine. Cuckoo is reminded that time is nearly up, the dream is nearly over by the frequent man who comes every single year to the aquarium. This rolls us into the next supernatural point, the next point where the anime takes off and wants to show us this is my moment to shine. This is what makes me as an anime unique. It's this aspect here of how special the aquarium really is. The aquarium means something different to everybody, but it always seems to have this thing where it acts as a sanctuary to the people who are lost souls like Fuka. To this man, he had just lost his brother. His life was in a bad place. He came here and experienced something unique. Something paranormal, something supernatural occurred where he saw his dead brother appearing to him. The fact that he also says that I couldn't say anything to him makes me think, again, he experienced it whilst the same as everybody else. He was dragged underwater where he couldn't communicate, which is what we saw what happened with Fuka when Fuka went inside the tank. She couldn't speak, but she was able to witness everything around it. People end up finding their way to the aquarium, and then if they need it, they are shown a way forward. This, of course, is where the next twist occurs, and it's quite a touching moment. It's a heartfelt, touching moment where the music at this point is just a piano really, really building up gently, very gradually, and that's when Cuckoo is dragged into her tanks, and she finally gets her moment. This is the moment she needs it the most because she's probably feeling a bit sad, knowing that everything's coming to an end soon and she can't do a great deal about it. Perhaps she's feeling very anxious about this too, where she ends up seeing her parents, and it seems that she needed it. The aquarium knew she needed it the most right now. And the dead brother once more appears to his brother when the brother needs it the most. It is supernatural done right. It's not flashy, it's not in your face. If anything, it's calming. It doesn't feel jarring when it happens. It doesn't suddenly feel like, oh, we're going to Godland now suddenly. Because we've always had the idea of the aquarium around us. So using the aquarium to also hide the supernatural elements and be able to work with it, I think it really works. And I think it's a fantastic way of doing it. The aquarium seems to be there for the lost souls, the people who need it the most, the people who end up finding their way there and then rediscovering something, where we had the unborn child talking to the mother to calm her down, Fuko finding her way here and being calmed down. That brother being seen by the living brother who needed it the most, who needed to find a way, probably needed to calm down and actually feel a lot better seeing the brother there. We also get that final little twist at the end that Cuckoo sees her sister, the sister who didn't make it, the one where we've had so many little hints and nods with the second birth book, the maternity book, and now we finally see her. Just standing there, not a lot happens. I don't quite know if it clicked with Cuckoo, but it clicked with me because of the way she was looking. But it's a beautiful, special moment that really is moving. It was quite moving. And when we see the man in tears as well, that was quite touching. It was really touching because these people needed this. This is what they really needed at that moment in time. And the aquarium has been there to provide it for them. It's also the fact that this happened and nobody else around them noticed, but these guys knew. So Cuckoo looks at him and he looks at her, and they both know what the other has seen. And a big tick to Udon, who is amazingly creative. I love this idea. I really do love this idea, how amazing and cute the animals is. It's so creative. It's also very Instagrammable. It's something like this you could see going around. You end up promoting a young business going like, hey, look, I got this. And then you start trending. And this is what I really hope is going to happen. It's food that looks beautiful, ends up making waves, pun intended. And with Udon as well, the happiness of seeing people smile, get excited about her own food is something that really excites her, and we see her really coming out of her shell at the final piece. And to wrap it up, the cherry on the top, her mum asks finally for the mango pork. Even though she doesn't like sweet things, she still does it because she wants to show that, you know what, I will try it, I'll give it a shot. I'm acknowledging you as a cook, you as my daughter as well, and that you have got good ideas and you need to be working on your potential. She's a very supportive mother. This has been another fantastic episode. I really enjoy the visuals, the sound, everything about this anime is just fantastic. I get really excited when this anime is coming up, and I'm sure some of you guys out there must get the same, where you have a certain day of the week, you might be watching tons of anime, but there's one anime in particular that you just really look forward to seeing. So this, I think, might be that anime for me this season. I just get so hyped when there's a new episode. So thank you guys once more for tuning in. You guys mean a lot to me. There's not many of you, but this is the kind of anime I enjoy talking about. Slice of life isn't the most popular genre out there, but I get to get it off my chest with you guys. So thank you guys for listening to me and making it to the end. Have a great day, guys. Make sure you're staying safe, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye-bye, guys.